Hello, guys. Welcome to our third RodaTalks. My name is Renan. You guys know me, but today I have a very special guest. She's a European medalist and member of the Dutch national team. Tisha Volleman, welcome to RodaTalks.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for accepting talking to us. It's super cool. Our first question, it's actually a standard question. We always ask this to everyone. And we wanted to know, how did you start in gymnastics and when?
Um, well, I'm the fourth child in the family, and my sister was always doing gymnastics. So, yeah, from a young age, she was teaching me how to do a handstand and everything, just in the house. And then my parents were like, okay, maybe she has to go to gymnastics because I was doing all the things at home and I made a mess of everything. So, yeah, I started really young, and then I think I went to a gymnastics club at the age of 5.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he started the right age. Usually it's around like 4 to like 6, 7. Yes. Oh,
Yeah, I
super.
think it's for gymnastics, it's really nice to start early. So
Yeah, super cool. And you competed at your first World Championships in 2015, right?
yeah.
And it was quite special because it happened in Scotland and the Netherlands qualified a full team to the Olympics in Rio. And
Yeah, it was really amazing experience.
yeah, tell us more, please.
Yeah, for me it was like very strange to experience my first World Championships in such a big way. Like I was 15 at the qualification, and everything was so big and so overwhelming, and it was truly special, but I didn't realize how important that meet was, because it was
Mhm.
obviously for the Olympic
Yeah.
Games to qualify for the tickets. But for me, like I was 15, so I really didn't know how important it was and how special it was. And
Mhm.
at that time, we also didn't realize that we actually could make the top 8 and qualify directly a team.
Mhm.
So to experience that, and like seeing all the girls in the team crying, and they were so excited, I was also crying. But at that time, I was crying because everybody was crying. And just after the competition, I realized how special it was. And yeah, it's truly an amazing experience, and I will keep it forever in my heart.
That's super cool. Like, for some Brazilian fans, it's just a little bit painful because you guys qualified right over Brazil, but everything like worked out in the end. Everybody was at the Olympics, and
Yeah, true.
yeah. And in 2016, you competed a new floor routine. It was like samba, a samba song, right? Brazil inspired. How was the idea?
Well, the Olympic Games were in Rio, so I
Yes.
was hoping to do something special and like really have a Olympic routine that was yeah, for like to be special in Rio. So if I could make it to Rio, I would have the whole crowd behind me. So that was the idea, and I was really happy to show some like a different style of mine, because it was the first time that I did some samba kind of routine. So it was really nice. Unfortunately, I didn't make the team, so I
Mm.
couldn't show it in Brazil. But yeah, it was really nice to experience a little bit of the culture of Brazil.
That's nice because you even tried some samba moves. And
Yeah, it was really hard to be honest.
because I remember that I watched that routine at first at the American Cup, but unfortunately it had some falls. And like, yeah, okay, let's see next time she performs this. And it did at European Championships. It was in Switzerland, but it did like really, really well. So I was like, yeah, that's actually how it was supposed to be back in the US.
Thank you. Yeah, it was really hard to learn. It was like totally new for me, but it was really fun to experience it.
Yeah, amazing to hear this. Let's talk a bit now about the orange elegance because you're from the Netherlands, right? And
Yeah.
there is this concept of the orange elegance because you guys just started to work artistry in a way that nobody was working like back in 2015 onwards. And you're from this generation, right? So
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask, what's the difference in your opinion? What's the secret that the Dutch is that you guys started to work in
Well, I think
artistry?
artistry is like something that came around 2015 that like the FIG really wanted to focus on artistry, and we were already doing that and like focusing on that to to be the best in this subject. So I think we saw that we were having quality in this, and we tried to improve every time. And then the whole world was saying like, "Oh, the Dutch always have an elegant team." So we had like also to prove ourselves every year to be better and to be in front in artistry. So we really try to do every year something new and something different to be the best artistry team there is. So yeah, it's I think Orange Elegance came as a name for the 2016 Olympic team.
Yeah.
But yeah, we kept it a little bit for the all the years.
I guess the Orange Elegance just came with this idea of this concept that was created towards artistry, and I mean that team was I think you guys, that mix of girls, was I don't know, the paramount of this idea. So yeah, I think it's kind of understandable, but I prefer to take this as the Dutch artistry. So I prefer to say like that.
Yeah, well, we really like to be like to have this standard in the Netherlands, and we are such a small country, but we can really prove ourselves in artistry, and I think it's really nice to have this.
Yeah, and you set a trend because Belgium as well, they started to work more in artistry afterwards. So yeah, it's super nice to see like the trend you guys started to set in Europe.
Yeah.
Another thing about the Dutch gymnastics is that the routines are full of originality and are very code efficient, right? So you guys
Yeah.
really study the code of points. And how does it work with the routine construction? Do you guys have or do you have like a saying with your coach? Like,
Yeah, well, like because of we are such a small country, we have to be really smart. So I think it's like we don't have a choice to just do a random routine. We really have to look at the quality of the gymnast because we just have a few, and then we make a routine that fits to the gymnast, to the individual gymnast. So it can be totally different for me than some other girls. So I think in the basis we see the qualities, and then we construct a routine, and we do it like together with the coach to see like what works, what doesn't work, and then focus on the qualities and to create the best routine that fits the code of points and fits the girl. So
that's super cool. Like this individualized approach. In Brazil, they also started to do like this recently, and we've been having some really good results. Like, and
yeah, I think it really works. You can like get the best results for each individual gymnast. So
ex
that's really
ex
nice.
yeah, exactly. And also, like, how does the system in the Netherlands work? Because you said like you're a small country, right? And so fewer girls compete in gymnastics. But do you
Yeah.
have like a club, or is it something centralized that you guys live together? Or
No, we are a club basis. So we have I think the girls in the national team are now from around 5 clubs in the Netherlands.
Mhm.
Um so every club has a different coach, and then we come a few times a year we come together in one place in the Netherlands to train together and to contact each other with the coaches and the gymnasts to figure out what the best program is as a national team. But then we go back to our own club to train hard, and then we come together again. So it's
Mhm.
really individual program that everybody is doing, and then we come together and like we really try to use all the strengths of every club. So just not only one program, but every club has something different to offer,
Mhm.
and then we build together. And I think that's a big part of our strength as a country.
That's super cool. Also, like Brazil is trying to construct our program in kind of the same model because we also have the clubs. It's not like
Mm-hmm.
in the USA that they compete like for the academies. It's kind of similar, but here we also have the clubs competitions. And it also brings to my next question is that you compete also some other national leagues, like the Bundesliga in Germany, also in Italy, in Spain, and you've been doing this for a while, right? So
Yeah, true.
how does it work to balance everything?
Well, I really like to experience like other countries and to for me like it's very important to do a lot of competitions to prepare myself for the big competitions in the year. So I really chose to do all those competitions, and for this year I chose to do the Italian Serie A and the Liga Iberdrola, which is the Spanish Liga. And I'm competing for Spain since 2018. For Italy, this is the first year, but I really like it. I really like the atmosphere, and the level of gymnastics is very high. So
Mhm.
for me, it's really nice to experience a different country and to get the experience of all the competitions and then use it to be at my best for the end of the year. So I really like to compete with those teams.
You have like a special occasion that you liked more, that it marked more you, or
No, I like both teams very
Mhm.
much, and I really like to yeah, enjoy the to be with teams and like experience every competition. I think every competition has something special and
Yes.
something unique, and it's about like also sometimes you want to try something new, sometimes you just want to have like a good basic routine to build up from there. So it's really nice to have all those experiences before the big competition starts.
Yeah, because it's not a single competition. It's a series of competitions, right? Because it's a league.
Yeah, so both competitions are like three competitions in the regular phase, and then you have the final if you make the final as a team.
That's super cool. I remember that I lived in Germany for a while, and then I remember that it was super big. The Bundesliga, the finals was something super cool. But I don't remember actually your club because I forgot to know down.
In Germ Yeah, in Germany I competed a lot of years for Ulm.
Yeah.
Um and now they stopped in the Bundesliga, so I couldn't compete anymore for them. But in Spain I'm doing for the club Egiba,
Hmm.
which is a club from Maresa, the place Maresa in Spain.
Hmm.
And for Italy, it's Cesena, if I pronounce it right. So that's club
That's super cool.
in that place. Yeah.
Amazing. In 2018, you won an European Championships medal, the bronze medal with the team. And I wonder how special it was for you guys because you looked super happy. I watched live. How was that experience for you?
It was absolutely amazing. For me, it's always has been a dream to compete at the Europeans, at the World Championships. And um, of course, then if you make it to such a high level, the next goal is to get into a final. And then, of course, a medal. It's really special to have something in your hands. Like, it's really cool to experience that. And especially with a team, because I really like to compete with a team.
Yes.
Like you can trust each other, you build each other up to a higher level, and it's really nice to experience that. And especially in that week of 2018, it was a crazy week. Like a lot of things happened. I didn't even do the podium training before that competition because I was sick. I had a fever.
Oh,
So it was crazy to experience that all in just 1 week. But it was amazing feeling to accomplish this with the team.
amazing. And also in 2022, I managed to go to Munich to see you guys. It was actually when we had a little bit of a talk. Unfortunately, you guys were fourth place. Like
Yeah.
it was painful, but it was Germany in third. So I was like,
Yeah, I think for us, like in 22, it was still a good feeling because we have been through a lot in the years before.
Mhm.
And I think 22 was like really a starting point that we could build up again from there. And it was really a confidence boost that we were still in the mix of medaling. And yeah, I think it was a good start to build up from there in this Olympic cycle.
Amazing. And the next one is you. You had a skill called the Volleman in the last quarter of points. It was a spin, a double spin, with the leg held high, right?
No, that
And
one is from Sanne.
no, but I mean
Sanne
like
has the
on the floor, you
yeah
can't
the
like
jump.
oh the
It
jump.
was yeah, it was the jump with like a full turn jump with my leg in a bent position, and
Yeah.
it's still okay to do it with a straight leg, but not with the bent leg.
Oh, but then like the spin wasn't named after you after all, or was
No,
it?
no.
Really? Ah, I thought it was like actually I always had the spin as the Volleman. And my extra question was if you actually submitted the hop, the jump.
No, yeah, I did the hop. Yeah, the hop was submitted, and it was also like fine. But then after the code changed a bit, and then they took it out again. So that's a bit unfortunate. But yeah,
Yeah. Oh, that's
and I
sad.
I tried one another skill on beam,
Hmm.
in Basel, I think the
Yep.
2021 Europeans. But I fall off the beam, so yeah,
Yep.
didn't count.
I remember that. I was like maybe she gets another one also on
Yeah,
beam. Yeah.
maybe in the future. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Also, but how did you come with this idea to do in a different position, the leg?
Um, Actually, it's a bit of funny story because I did the straight leg.
Hmm.
But then like we had a coach that is also a judge, that came in and she said like you lose a lot of points because your leg is bent. I was like, well, can we do it bent? If it's already bent, let's try it. So she had like, yeah, I don't know, I don't think it's in the code yet. So then we tried to make it an element and it worked. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was a bit of a coincidence of being not straight enough in the gym.
Well, that's clever. Like
Yeah.
you looked at the rules, like yeah, we can have it, so why not?
Yeah, true.
Super nice. Um, Also in 2023, last year, you competed at the Universiade in Chengdu, China, which are the university version of the Olympic Games, right? You
Yeah.
placed sixth place in the all around, sixth place on bars, the bars final, and fourth place on floor. It was kind of impressive record of finals. How was that experience for you?
That experience was absolutely amazing. I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to miss it for anything. Like I've done a lot of Europeans and World Championships,
Mhm.
but this was totally different because it was like a Olympic village kind of feeling. Like I've never done Olympic Games or a Youth Olympic Games or anything. So for me to experience like the village and all the things that, yeah, it was just a really big competition, and
Mhm.
with the opening ceremony and closing ceremony, and it was amazing to experience. And I'm really happy that I could have competed there, and it was also crazy to get so many finals and also like competing, I think 3 or 4 days in a row for qualification all around and event finals. So it was really a nice experience to be there, and yeah, I'm really happy that I could go there.
Curious that you went as an individual athlete. You didn't have a team as the Netherlands usually has. And then I saw on social media that you were quite active during those games, and you were also like with other athletes, always together. How was that exchange?
Well, first of all, I was a bit sad that we didn't have a team because it
Yeah,
could be like also a medal chance for the
yeah.
team and a nice experience for other girls. So I was a bit sad that they couldn't come with me. But um, if you go to an individual as an individual gymnast to a competition, it's also really nice to bond with other gymnasts from other countries, because a lot of gymnasts were there as an individual athlete. So it was really nice to experience that and to make new friendships. And yeah, I think it's really nice to feel that friendship and that bond with the gymnasts all over the world.
Very cool, very cool. Um, Another question is about your gymnastics that I've been following since you became a senior, and you changed a lot your style. Like you adapted your gymnastics to more spins, more combos that connect different requirements, And I just wanted to ask, how did you make this adaptation, and what led to what? Where did you like, oh, I want to do more spinning, I want to do more lips.
Well, I think like if you're a young gymnast, you just try a lot of things and to see what works, what doesn't work. And then especially when you become senior, you try it also on competition and under like a lot of pressure and stress. And then you see like some things just don't work and you change it to another thing. And then I think it's a process that doesn't ever stop. You just grow, and every time you want to improve yourself and be better and be like, you want to achieve a high difficulty, but you also want to have like that best execution and also like competing the best execution under stress. So I think it's a process, and yeah, you just see what works, and also like the code of points changes every
Yeah,
4 years, and then you have to figure out what works and what doesn't, and I think you build from there.
that's another thing about studying the code of points. We see some coaches, like famous coaches in the internet, saying that, oh, nobody told us about the code of points. Like, it's your job.
Yeah, it's like it changes every 4 years, so you have to study and
Exactly.
like see where everything goes. And I have to say, like every first Europeans or World Championships after the code change, it's also like you have to see how the judges how they go with the new code. Like sometimes you see that they have to adjust a bit, or and I think after the first World Championships in the new codes, you can see what they want and what they as from the gymnast. So that's I think that's always a good starting point if you have that championship, so you really know what you have to do in the next 3 years until the Olympics.
Yes. And from we still don't have the official version of the new code of points, but I've heard some rumors that in the next one we're gonna have a 0.2 connection on floor for D plus B elements. So I think you're gonna see a lot of 2.5 twists, much like layout. I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
you'll see.
I'm excited.
Will be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, well, another passion of yours, like we know about gymnastics, of course, you're a gymnast, but another passion of yours is coffee, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. True.
you're a barista. Recently, Lieke Vives, am I pronouncing right?
Yeah. Lieke Wevers.
Oh, nice. So, recently she posted on Instagram that she was having coffee with you, and
hmm
I always see that you post coffee related things. Well, tell us more.
Yeah. I don't know. I just really like to drink coffee, obviously.
Yeah.
But like I really like to make it. So a few years ago I worked as a barista in a coffee shop, and I really like to make the latte art and to improve myself in that. And recently I got a new coffee machine, so I'm really
Mm.
excited about that. So I can like figuring out which is the right grind size and stuff, and to make the perfect coffee. And I really like if people come over and like want the coffee, then I'm happy to make one, because I really like to make the coffee. So I can like if you put me after a machine for like hours, I can just nonstop making coffee for people. I just really like the feeling of making it, and it just it's something relaxing for me to do.
Amazing. Do you have like do you have a favorite coffee?
I really like to drink a flat white or cortado. So
Yes.
I think yeah, that
Oh, yes. In Brazil, we drink a lot of coffee as well, even though the weather is very warm.
hot. Yeah.
Yes, it's very hot, but we still drink coffee. We love it. My favorite is the black coffee without anything, just plain black. Very simple.
If it's a good coffee, then it's really nice.
Yes.
And I think the best thing with that, but if you drink an espresso or something, is with a dark chocolate. That's the
Yes.
perfect combination.
You see, guys, if you're listening, hear the barista.
Yeah.
Well, Tisha, the way of teaching gymnastics changed a lot, right? We see that the methods changed, the mentality behind it changed. And how do you see this impact, and how do you evaluate it, like in the change of the culture?
Yeah, it's very interesting to see like this change. But I think the Netherlands is already like doing this for like a lot of years. So I grew up in a culture that was very like individualized, and my coach always tried to make me an individual gymnast and can speak up for myself. Like I also think about my own program. I discuss with him what is the best approach for me. How can I be better? How can I train? How can I compete the best? And for me, it's really nice that he made me realize how to to build and how to make my own program so I can make my own choices. I also make my own faults, and um he's just teaching me like how to make those mistakes, and he's letting to me make those mistakes by myself. And I think it's really nice to have this approach, and I think it's really good that the culture in gymnastics is changing, and like that all the other countries are also catching up with this. And I think it's also very important to stay healthy in the gymnastics world for longer. So I think it's really good that the age is going higher, and to see like a lot of gymnasts enjoy the sport for so many years instead of going for the high goal and to at the age of 16 and then stop a bit broken. I think it's not good for the sport, and it's really nice that it's changing. So I'm happy with that.
That's really nice, and it drives me to actually my next question is that you see, gymnasts stay sticking around for much longer than in the past, right? And also we have rumors that the minimum age for debuting as a senior might change to 18 years until Los Angeles 2028. But the Netherlands, you guys have been working with 18 years for some time, right? How does it work?
Um, yeah, we are also senior if we turn 16, so that's the
Yeah.
same. But we actually have the oldest team at last World's
Hmm.
Championships. I think the average age was above 25. Um, and I think now it's even older because all the gymnasts are like 1 year older, and we also have like Lieke Wevers, which was not on the team at Worlds.
Hmm.
So yeah, we have like a few gymnasts that are quite old for gymnastics, but I think it's really nice to have those people around you. And also for me, it's really nice to look up to them and to see that they still enjoy the sport, that they still learning, still improving. And it's really nice to see those girls around, and then I know that I can also like stay in this sport and really enjoy it. And I think it's really nice if you're older, you realize how special things are, and you can enjoy things in on a different level. So for me, it's very different to experience a world championships now than I was in 2015 at my first worlds, which was also amazing, but it's different now, and I'm really happy that I can experience this.
Amazing. You are the senior for 9 years now, right?
Oh,
And
it's crazy to think about that.
yes, so also younger gymnasts look up to you as someone with more experience. And how do you see this being a role model for young gymnasts?
I'm excited that I can be a role model. It's crazy to think about this because for me, I feel sometimes I feel still like that young girl, and yeah. Also, like in my gym, we have like a lot of girls that are younger than me. Like obviously, I'm the oldest. But it's really nice to help them to see them grow and to see them changing in a it's really nice to see. And I if I can help them, I'm happy to help. And yeah, I'm excited also to compete with them if they grow older and that they can be in the same team, so that's nice.
Yeah, also we have Elsa Gertz, who is another gymnast who is a little bit older, right, than the other girls. I don't remember actually her birth year now, but you see like
95, I think, if I'm
95.
correct.
Yes, yes, she's actually older, and she's someone that I root for a lot. I really hope that she makes main teams this year. Also, you guys deserve a lot, and yeah, I just see like a lot of development in your gymnastics during all these years, and it's something very commendable.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm really excited also for like Elsa and for the whole team that we can show off our gymnastics and that we can show off great gymnastics with great technique and still show it that it doesn't have to be an like if you grow older you have like you cannot train that hard as the younger girls, but you have to train smart and then you can still like improve so much. So it's great to see that.
Yeah. And you have plans for post Paris because you're running for Paris, right? You're in the mix of the
Yeah.
girls who are like going after a place in Paris. But afterwards, we know that 2026 Worlds is going to be in Rotterdam, the Netherlands.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that one. Obviously after Paris I will take a break. If I make it or not, hopefully I can make it. But either way I will have like a little break for competition gymnastics. So I will maintain my body a bit, but on a lower level, and I will study for my education a bit more. And then afterwards I will, yeah, I'm excited to start again for like worlds in 2026 for Rotterdam. It would be amazing if I can compete there, and yeah, we will see if I can stay healthy and fit, and yeah, hopefully I can stay in the sport for many more years.
Yes, I remember the 2010 World Championships also in Rotterdam. I remember watching at home, and it was one of the best of the last decade, right? At least for me. Russia won, and we had like Alia Mustafina. Brazil won a bronze medal with Jade Barbosa there. She's
Great.
still
Yeah.
competing, like to this day, right? And yeah,
Yeah, it's amazing.
I'm super excited for 2026 as well.
Yeah, and actually 2010 in Rotterdam, it was my first real gymnastics competition that I saw in my own eyes, and
Oh,
I was
nice.
just 10 back then. So for me it was amazing to see all those big names coming in, and I think the passion for gymnastics really started there to see how this like how a world championships is. And yeah, it was amazing to see that so close. And then afterwards in 2013 it was in Antwerp, which is also very close for the Netherlands. So I think those two competitions were really special for me.
Amazing. And actually, in 2010, Sonia Wavers was competing at the World Championships, and she's now your teammate.
Yeah.
Okay, so for now, Tisha, let's start some shoot questions. So,
Oh gosh.
first thing that comes to your mind, okay?
Okay.
A skill,
Ooh, double full.
double full, beam, or in each event.
Both floor and bars.
Yeah. A good double full really looks really satisfying. I like
With
it.
a nice stick. Yeah.
Yeah. An event.
Bars and floor. I cannot choose.
Ah, oh, actually, another question that I forgot to add here. It's actually more like a comment. Your first World Cup medal, gold medal, was on bars, right? In Cottbus,
True, yeah.
2022. How was that actually? Because you won gold in bars and bronze on beam, if I'm not
Floor.
mistaken. Floor?
No, floor. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's really nice to do World Cups. And I think when I won the gold, I didn't like expect to win there. There were a lot of great gymnasts out there, but I was just, I think, really steady in the final, and that made me the best one on that day. So it was really nice to experience that. And I think a year later, I got also bronze in a strong field on bars again. So it's,
Mhm.
I think, a really confident boost for me to be also better on bars and to improve my skills there to make a chance. But yeah, I think floor and bars are my favorite events. So it's really nice to get in those finals.
Really well answered.
Thank you.
Favorite meet? Do you have one?
I think the World Championships and European Championships in Glasgow and also like Great Britain are really special to me because I have some great experiences there. So yeah.
So you cannot choose from these two in Glasgow.
No, I think both the Glasgow World Championships and European Championships are like both very cool, and also like the World Championships in Liverpool. So I think just
Yes.
Great Britain in general.
Okay, yes, yeah, the energy like
The
seems
audience
very
are
nice.
really cool. Yeah, it's really nice to have those people like screaming. It's really nice to experience it.
An arena,
Ooh, yeah, I think still Glasgow.
still Glasgow. Okay,
Yeah,
because I also found the University arena very beautiful. So
it was very beautiful.
I
Yeah, but
honestly
the
I honestly thought you might answer that.
well, I think it's very nice, and I think it's the same as Bessie. I went
Yeah.
to the World Cup in Paris, which was also very nice. But the cool thing for me about Glasgow, it's the theatrical experience.
Hmm.
Like the audience are very dark, and it's like you really have to give a show, which is really nice to feel.
Yeah, I remembered in Glasgow during the European Championships. It was the first time they started to switch the team finals. One gymnast,
Yeah, yeah, AB.
exactly, AB. Yeah, I think it really sets an atmosphere, like a different atmosphere.
Yeah,
Super nice. A medal,
obviously bronze from Europeans.
a gymnastics trip that you had.
Chengdu, the university.
What made it so special?
I didn't expect it to be like such a special event with like all the things around it. Like it was such a big competition with the village, with all the volunteers that were so welcoming, and I think it was really nice to experience the whole thing.
Well, an unusual situation
Ooh, that's a tough one.
or a funny situation, like something that happened on a trip
Mm,
they were like, oh, that's funny.
I think it was back in 2015, we were all like very stressed before entering the competition at World Championships, and then we started on bars and we had the one touch warm up, and then one of my teammates, Etora, she just fell on something very stupid, like just climbing on the bars to to start her warm up, and she just fell like, and everybody was such in a shock, like, oh my god, what happened? But I think it was really good for the team that we were like, okay, focus, we have to continue and just go. So I think it was a funny moment for all of us. Not at that moment, but afterwards it was like something very funny to look back at.
Like a shock of reality, right? Like, guys, we
Yeah,
are here.
yeah, it was
Let's go.
exactly, yeah. It was just like I think it had to happen to just throw off the stress and just to go with the flow and to trust each other and our preparations.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. An achievement.
For me, 2022 World Championships was a big achievement to make the all around final.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thanks.
A dream.
I hope I can fill my dream in the summer.
We hope as well. We hope as well. Like you're very deserving, and I've been defending Tisha on the team since Tokyo. Like, oh, anyways, but it didn't work. But hopefully this summer it's gonna work. We're gonna see a team of five instead of four, so
Yeah, I think that's way better.
that's much better. And uh, did you even travel with the team in Tokyo or no?
No, and I was in Rio. I was the first reserve
Hmm.
for the team, but eventually they didn't take the reserve or alternate gymnast to Brazil. So unfortunately not. But yeah, let's see what happens in Paris.
Let's see what happens. That's super sad. It didn't manage to travel to Brazil with the team, even as a reserve, right? But yeah,
Yeah, I was really sad, but yeah, it happened.
it happens. Well, the last question. What would you say to a young gymnast that wants to represent her country?
I think just like really enjoy the sport, trust yourself and just keep building and eventually you will get there. So just don't give up.
All right. Tisha, thank you very much. It was super nice talking to you. And
Thank
your
you so much for
story,
having me.
you deserve it. Your story is really nice, and I hope we see you in Paris this summer.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys. So that was it. Tisha Volleman from the Netherlands in our RodaTalks. Stay tuned for the next ones. And if you're Brazilian and you know Portuguese, we're gonna comment this amazing interview also in our normal podcast in Portuguese. And that's it. See you next time.